Welcome back, fellow fear-seekers, to Fright Night Flicks. I'm your host, Luke, and tonight, I have a truly bone-chilling tale for you. This is the true story of an abandoned asylum and the terrifying events that occurred within its decaying walls. So, grab your flashlights and gather your courage, as we step into the darkness together. In the early 1900s, a small town was home to a sprawling psychiatric hospital known as Greystone Asylum. Greystone was notorious for its inhumane treatment of patients and questionable medical practices. Overcrowded and understaffed, the asylum was a place of misery and despair, where the cries of the tormented echoed through the halls. In the 1950s, a series of scandals and investigations led to the closure of Greystone Asylum. The building was abandoned, left to crumble and decay, a haunting reminder of the atrocities that occurred within. Over the years, rumors spread of the ghosts that lingered in the forsaken halls, and it became a popular destination for urban explorers and paranormal enthusiasts. Fast forward to the early 2000s. A group of thrill-seeking friends, including a young man named Ethan, decided to explore the ruins of Greystone Asylum one fateful night. Little did they know that their curiosity would lead them down a dark and twisted path from which there would be no escape. Equipped with flashlights and a video camera, the group of friends broke into the abandoned asylum through a boarded-up window. They wandered the decaying halls, marveling at the eerie atmosphere and remnants of a bygone era. But as they ventured deeper into the building, they began to notice strange occurrences. As they explored, doors slammed shut without warning, and objects seemed to move on their own. Unsettled but undeterred, the friends pressed on, documenting their experiences on video. That was when they heard the first whispers, disembodied voices that seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. The friends were understandably shaken, but they attributed the whispers to their own overactive imaginations and the adrenaline of their adventure. However, as they continued their exploration, they stumbled upon a room that would change the course of their lives forever. The room they discovered appeared to be an old medical ward, with rusted surgical tools and crumbling hospital beds still in place. The air was thick with a sense of foreboding, and the whispers grew louder and more insistent. It was as if the very souls of those who had suffered within these walls were crying out for justice. The friends, now deeply unnerved, decided to end their exploration and make their way back to the entrance. But as they retraced their steps, they found that the once familiar halls had become a disorienting maze, with doors that led to dead ends and staircases that seemed to spiral into nothingness. As they wandered the labyrinthine corridors, the friends began to experience a mounting sense of dread. The whispers grew more malevolent, and they felt as if they were being watched by unseen eyes. They realized that whatever haunted the asylum was growing stronger, feeding off their fear and confusion. Desperate to escape the asylum's sinister grasp, the friends finally managed to find an exit, but it was not the same entrance through which they had entered. Instead, they found themselves standing before a heavy iron door that led to the basement. The friends hesitated, fearful of what they might find in the depths of the asylum, but they knew they had no other choice. They descended into the darkness, their flashlights casting eerie beams of light across the damp, crumbling walls. As they ventured deeper into the basement, they came across a room that sent chills down their spines. The room they discovered was a long-forgotten chamber of horrors, filled with the rusted remnants of cruel and unusual devices used to treat the asylum's patients. Chains hung from the walls, and an oppressive sense of suffering and despair weighed heavy in the air. It was here that the friends encountered a terrifying presence. As they stood in the room, the whispers reached a fever pitch, and a ghostly figure materialized before them. It was the spirit of a former patient, a young woman who had been subjected to unspeakable horrors during her time at Greystone. She spoke to the friends, her voice a chilling mix of sorrow and rage, demanding that they bear witness to her suffering and the suffering of the countless others who had been tormented within the asylum's walls. The friends, now completely terrified, swore to share the story of the young woman and the other tortured souls of Greystone Asylum. With that promise, the spirit allowed them to leave, and they fled the building, vowing never to return. True to their word, the friends shared their harrowing experience with the world. The video they recorded that night became a viral sensation, and the story of Greystone Asylum's tortured spirits became a chilling cautionary tale for those who dared to delve into the darkness. The abandoned Greystone Asylum was eventually demolished, but the memory of the horrors that occurred within its walls lives on. The friends who ventured into the depths of the asylum that night were forever changed by their encounter with the tortured spirits. They dedicated themselves to raising awareness about the dark history of asylums and the importance of treating those with mental health issues with compassion and understanding. Today, the site where the asylum once stood has been transformed into a memorial park, serving as a poignant reminder of the dark chapter in history and the countless souls who were lost within its walls. Those who visit the park often report a lingering sense of unease, as if the whispers of the past still echo through the trees. This chilling true story serves as a reminder that some places hold secrets and suffering that are best left undisturbed. The friends who ventured into Greystone Asylum that night were fortunate to escape with their lives, but the haunting memories of the tortured souls they encountered will remain with them forever. I hope you enjoyed this terrifying tale, fellow fear seekers. If you're brave enough to join me for more, be sure to subscribe to Nightmare Narratives and hit that notification bell. Until next time, sweet nightmares, and I'll see you in the next video, if you dare.